Hey guys, I've got a lot went on in the garden this last week. So first off, this garden bed shrunken by a foot. My family worked really hard to get that done and took the plants that had been right here and the peppers and moved them. Let me walk you guys across the lawn here. Moved them over to the new bed. And so they're planted right here, my thyme and aloe, and then the peppers are here. And since I have not been able to get seeds started quickly enough for some of the longer things like the peppers and tomatoes, I went ahead and got some starts today and then a basil and marigolds. And so I'm going to be putting these guys in today, and then also what I'm very excited about, right here in the corner, I'm going to put in my purple potatoes. Did end up getting them. These lovelies right here. And they're in the bag here. And so they're past time probably when they should be planted, so hopefully they do okay. But I'm gonna give it a try. And so I guess I'll work on the potatoes first in case I run out of time, because I think those need to be in the ground more desperately than the plants in pots. All right, so let me set you guys down here. Okay, I'll set up here. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put our timer on. I don't know how long this part will take me though, honestly. So I have grown potatoes in rows in a field and in a barrel with straw. Well, like an open, like wire barrel structure, but wire with straw in it. And so this is my first time trying it this way. And so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna start by digging a big hole. Oh yeah, and I remember how I was at the beginning, I was thinking that I would do the square foot method. Well, that has kind of gone out of the window. I confused myself way too many times, and then also one of those confusions was measuring the bed, which turns out was wrong. This is not 3 feet of garden space. No, it's more like 2.5. And so that threw all my measurements off. And then I lost my garden chart that I made. And I can go back to the video that I made for you guys about it and find out what I said, but I didn't think about it before I went plant shopping today. So we have kind of thrown most of that design out the window. And yeah, also because I forgot the lawn bed over there, the yard bed, was going to be smaller as well. So I just had a lot less space than I realized I did. So I'm gonna have to adapt a little bit, but that's okay. Oh, there's also some Bermuda grass down in there, of course. That will be a lot of work to battle this year, I think, using the reused soil like this and not doing a fantastic job of weeding it beforehand. Can you guys actually see down that? Let me check. Okay, kinda. Let me move you a little closer so you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, that should be a little bit better for you guys to see what I'm doing. So, what my goal is to make a hole here to put the potatoes in. And then as they grow, because potatoes can grow, they form potatoes up their stem. And so as they grow, I'm going to put more dirt over them. And so they'll be kind of low down to start with until they start, picking up growing speed. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start here. And the ways I've planted potatoes before is to cut like one this size in half and then let them, not touching, have all the pieces set separately, like on a cookie sheet or a board, or preferably something that can breathe, so like wire mesh or a board, and let them like air out and scab over for a couple days, and that keeps them from getting like fungal infections and stuff in the dirt. But since these are so withery, I think I'm just going to plant them as they are, and each one of these should become a plant, or like a stalk. I'll have to give them a bigger area though, it looks like. And so I'm going to try to plant, if there's any big ones like this guy here, I'm going to try to plant him upright. Yeah, I need to make that bigger. Hold on. Sorry, so unorganized. Where did my, not spatula, what is that? Trowel go? I don't know. I'll just dig it. That's pretty soft because I already watered a lot today. Oh, that's a cinder brick down there. Okay, so I can't go any farther over than that anyway. Oh, there's my trowel. Yeah, that's a cinder brick. Okay. On there. And they're kind of all in a clump. I don't know if they're too close together. I guess I will find out. If you know and they are, then I'm sorry if this is insanely frustrating to watch. But there's a lot of growth on that one. They're such a pretty color. So I'm going to take some of this and I'm going to go ahead and use it to bury some of these potatoes because it's in the way. There we go. Okay, and then over here as well, I'll take some of this to bury these guys. Not the rock. I wish I remembered more of how I used to do this, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm going to take this chunk out so that I can put a few over here. They're probably way too close together. Okay, so that, I don't want to put it any taller than that. And so I'm gonna scoot this part over a little bit because I have one more that I want to try to fit in here. Okay, so there's that guy. So he's the last one. Soil's a little heavy. I had pretty good success when I grew them in the straw. Oh. But, yeah, I just didn't have the setup for that this time. Okay, so that was the 10 minutes, which is not awesome because I have 2 more peppers to plant, at least. Well, I will see you guys either tomorrow or here in a little bit after a break, and I'll break the rule so that I can get the plants in the ground today. I'm not sure. See you later. Bye.